Different firms have different objectives, and we will have a look on these objectives. And first of all, we can make a list showing all of the objectives of firms. Number one is profit maximization. Profit maximization is the first and foremost aim of every business organization, and the condition for profit maximization is marginal cost must be equal to marginal revenue. So marginal cost, equality of marginal cost and marginal revenue ensures that firm will be earning maximum profit. And number two is sales revenue maximization. Sales revenue maximization is also known as just revenue maximization or total revenue maximization. Sales revenue maximization, and condition for sales revenue maximization is marginal revenue must be equal to zero. And third objective of firms include sales volume maximization. Sales volume maximization, and this aim is achieved when average cost is equal to average revenue. And fourth objective is satisficing profit. And condition for satisficing profit is price must be in between, price should be in between profit maximizing price and sales volume maximizing price. Sales volume maximizing price. Okay, you have to keep in mind all these conditions. And next objective of firms is achieving efficiency or marginal, we call it marginal cost pricing policy. Marginal cost pricing policy, or we also call it achieving allocative efficiency. Efficiency and condition for marginal cost pricing or allocative efficiency is marginal cost must be equal to average revenue. And next objective of firms is loss minimization. Loss minimization, solving principal agent issues. And eighth objective is setting prices as per competitors. And we discuss in this situation for setting prices, we discuss about prisoner's dilemma, and two players payoff matrix. So these are the objectives of firms which every firm tries to achieve. And now we can make graph for each objective. First of all, we can start with profit maximization. Profit is maximized when profit maximization. Profit is maximized when marginal cost is equal to marginal revenue. And now we can make graph to show this objective. For example, we have average revenue, we have marginal revenue. This is origin point, we have quantity on X. This is average revenue and this is marginal revenue. On y-axis, we have three variables: price, revenue, and cost. And this is marginal cost curve. Marginal cost curve cuts marginal revenue at this point where quantity is Q and price charged is P. And this price P will maximize profit. This price will maximize profit. If firm charges price P, it is profit maximizing price. And the second situation is revenue maximization, or we call it sales revenue maximization. Sales revenue is maximized when marginal revenue is equal to zero. Marginal revenue is equal to zero. And now we can make graph. We have already seen the calculation in previous lecture for sales revenue maximization. In this situation, we will be making graph for this. For example, this is average revenue and this is marginal revenue. This is origin point and this is quantity produced. This is average revenue and again this is quantity. This is origin point. On y-axis we have price, revenue and cost. In upper panel of this graph we have total revenue. So when marginal revenue is 0, at this point marginal revenue is 0. If we draw perpendicular and connect it with upper graph, then this will show that total revenue will be maximized at this level. This is maximum total revenue. Before that, marginal revenue is in positive region and total revenue is rising. And afterwards, marginal revenue goes to negative region and total revenue is now falling. And another related information is at this point, elasticity of demand will be equal to 1, price elasticity of demand. You can see this question. Hopefully all of you can see this question number 7. And question number 7 says the diagram shows a firm's total revenue curve. So this is total revenue curve which is initially rising and it reaches maximum point, afterwards it is falling. At the curve's highest point, examiner is talking about this point. This is highest point where total revenue is maximum, and we can check that total revenue at this point is this much and it is maximum afterwards, because afterwards it is falling. So when is revenue maximized? When marginal revenue is equal to 0, total revenue is maximized. So D is the correct answer. And examiner also asks question for the same condition in another way as well. For example, we have question number 11. And in question number 11, again, examiner says that the diagram shows a firm's demand curve and its marginal revenue. What is the price elasticity of demand at price OP? If price is OP, then what will be the price elasticity of demand? We have already seen in the diagram that when marginal revenue is 0, because at price P, marginal revenue is 0, and when marginal revenue is 0, price elasticity of demand is equal to 1. Before this, total revenue, before this, price elasticity of demand will be greater than 1, and after this point, price elasticity of demand will be lesser than 1. So C is the correct answer. And for same concept, examiner has another version of question number 12. We can have a look on this question number 12 as well. And in this question, again, examiner says that the diagram shows cost and revenue curves of a monopoly. What is the firm's objective if it produces at OX? At OX, we can see that again marginal revenue is equal to 0. And when marginal revenue is equal to 0, total revenue is maximized. So C option is correct answer to maximize total revenue. And we can draw another graph as well just to recall the concept. Total revenue initially increases, it reaches maximum point when marginal revenue is 0, and afterwards it starts falling. So at this price, if we set price P, at this price elasticity of demand is equal to 1. Elasticity of demand is equal to 1 and total revenue is maximized. So this price is revenue maximizing price. Okay, now we can uh, move to the next objective of firms, and next objective is sales volume maximization. Sales volume is maximized. Sales volume mean quantity sold must be maximum. Sales volume maximization. Revenue is the income which we obtain by selling certain quantity of good or service, and volume is the quantity that we sell. For example, if we are making chairs and if we sell 1000 chairs, then this is volume of chairs sold, quantity of chairs sold. But if we get $100,000 from selling 100 chairs, then it will be the sales revenue. So revenue and volume are different things. Volume is quantity that is maximum sold, and value is the revenue that we receive. And condition for sales volume maximization is marginal, average cost is equal to, the condition for sales volume maximization is average cost is equal to average revenue. And again, we can make graph to show this objective as well. For example, we have again average revenue, and this is marginal revenue, and this is marginal cost curve, and this is quantity produced, origin point, and we have three variables on y-axis: price, revenue, and cost. So at this point, firm will be maximizing its profit. So as per this figure, sales volume is maximized when average cost is equal to average revenue. So this is the point E, let's say it is the point where sales volume is maximized, means firm will be selling this much quantity and it will be charging this much price. So price PV and quantity QV will maximize sales volume of the firm. And the next objective is satisfying profit, and satisfying profit is the objective which is achieved when satisfying profit. Satisfying profit is basically the level of profit which keeps all stakeholders satisfied, and stakeholders include owners of the business. They include workers, managers, and all kind of people who are directly or indirectly connected with the business. They also include like customers as well. So satisfying profit is achieved when business all stakeholders of the business are satisfied. And satisfying price is set in between profit maximizing price and sales volume maximizing price. Again, if we draw a graph, okay, we have this graph, we have quantity on X, this is average revenue, which is also equal to demand curve. This is marginal revenue, and this is marginal cost, price, revenue, and cost, three variables on y-axis. As per profit maximizing condition, profit is maximized when marginal cost is equal to marginal revenue. So quantity Q will maximize profit, and price P will also maximize profit. And as per the condition of sales volume maximization, sales volume is maximized when average cost is equal to average revenue. So sales volume is maximized at this point. Let's say it's point E, and quantity is Q1, and price charged is P1. So price P1 will maximize volume, sales volume, and price P will maximize profit. So if any firm sets any price between P and P1, that will be a satisfying price. This price will satisfy all stakeholders, and it will earn reasonable profit which is sufficiently satisfying all type of stakeholders. Marginal cost pricing is the next objective, and marginal cost, as per marginal cost pricing, price is set where marginal cost is equal to average revenue, and we can make graph to show this objective. And this objective is also known as achieving allocative efficiency. Firms, this is average revenue and this is marginal revenue. This is demand curve. Starting point is exactly same, and this is marginal cost. Marginal cost intersects average revenue at this point. This is the point where allocative efficiency is achieved. Let's say it's point A. If we charge price P and we produce output Q, then it means firm will be economically efficient. And generally, what monopoly and monopolistically competitive firms do, they maximize their profit. So they set prices where marginal cost intersects marginal revenue at this point. They generally produce this much output, that is under production, and they charge high price, that is P1. So firms in monopolistically competitive firm and monopoly are economically inefficient. They do not allocate resources efficiently because they are involved in overcharging and they are involved in underproduction. Okay, the next objective is loss minimization. We don't have any kind of graph for showing loss minimization, and this objective is definitely set by the firm when it is facing huge loss and there are chances of shutdown of the business. For survival purpose, firm will try to reduce its cost to the level which can lead the business to survive for long term period of time. So we don't make graph for loss minimization. And then is solving principal agent issues. Principal mean owner of the business or head of the institution, and agent mean the worker. Worker or agent is the person basically who acts on behalf of the principal. So all type of workers which are working on behalf of the owner or the head of the institution, then they are considered to be agent. There are a lot of issues which keep arising between principal and agent, mean owner and the worker. Owners generally want maximum profit, they want workers to do a lot and they want to pay less. Okay. On the other hand, agents, that is workers, want to get maximum revenue and they don't want to work or they want to work lesser hours. So there are a lot of issues which keep arising between principal and agents. So principal solving principal agents issues is again one of the objectives of firms, because every firm um, tries to basically continue business activities in smooth way. And if these issues are not addressed, then definitely business cannot carry on smoothly. Settings prices as per competitors, prisoner's dilemma, and two-player payoff matrix. And we have already explained this concept in detail using chart and using table. In these scenarios, what we have to do is, when two firms, what will happen to their objectives, achieving their objectives, when two firms make any kind of cartel or agreement between them and they promise to keep their prices high, what happens to their prices and their profitability. For example, if I make a short table here to recall the concept. For example, if there are two firms and both firms are making agreement between them, and they, for example, they try to if they promise to keep prices high, and if both of them keep high prices, or both of them lower price, and again we can lower price. So these are two firms. This is from, let's say, A, and from A, and this is from B, and this is also from B. For example, if both of the firms keep their prices high, they earn, let's say, 6 million profits. And if they lower their prices, what will happen? Their profit will decrease to 4 million. But if firm A lowers price at a time when firm B keeps its price high, then B's profit will fall to, let's say, 2 million, and firm's A profit will rise to 8 million. So it means in this scenario, firm A will dominate the overall industry. And same will be the phenomena if firm B lowers price, its profit will rise to 8 million, but at the same time, firm A keeps its prices very high. So in this situation, generally it seems that they both of them should keep their prices high, so both can earn 6 million profit. But threat of keeping prices high is huge in this situation. For example, if firm B keeps its price high and at the same time firm A reduces its price, then profit of firm A will increase to 8 million and profit of firm B will decline to 2 million. So threat of keeping price high is really very high. It is greater, and to avoid that threat or that kind of that kind of problem or issue, which may lead to domination of another firm, then both of the firms will decrease their price, and as a result the profit of both firms will decrease to 4 million, 4 million. So since the threat of keeping prices high is greater, so both of them will decrease their price and their revenue will decline, their profitability will decline to 4 million, 4 million. Okay, so these are the multiple objectives of the firms and how these objectives are achieved and how examiner asks different questions about these objectives. And again, we can have a look on question number 14, just to see you can understand the concept now. And the concept is, examiner generally asks long question about this topic as well, and generally examiner says that discuss whether all firms only aim to maximize their profits. When examiner asks this question for 25 marks, or sometimes he asks question for 13 marks, then your answer must contain all of these objectives. On one hand, whenever question is discussed, then what you have to do is you have to basically write down points for, points against, and conclusion. On one hand, you should say that when uh, you on one hand you should say that firms main objective is also always to maximize their profit, and profit maximization is the aim of profit maximization is achieved when marginal cost is equal to marginal revenue. You have to make the graph for that objective. Afterwards, you can say, on the other hand, all firms do not always aim to maximize their profits, because in some cases they may have other objectives as well. What are other objectives? We have already discussed in details. You have to explain all of these objectives, their conditions, and their graphs. And at the end, you can give conclusion for this question, and conclusion will be like, you can say that although primary aim of each and every business organization is to maximize their profit, however, there are some alternative objectives as well. And we can now have a look on question number 14. The diagram shows firm's average revenue. Average revenue is also known as demand curve. So this is demand curve. And what can be deduced from the average revenue curve about the firm's total revenue as it increases its output? If it increases its output, then what will happen to its total revenue? ठीक है? What will happen to its total revenue? Examiner is asking question about total revenue. So the correct answer for this question is, it will rise initially, then it will fall. Option C is correct answer. So why C is correct answer? In objective of revenue maximization, we have already seen that average revenue and marginal revenue curves look like this. This is marginal revenue, and when marginal revenue is equal to 0, if we connect it with the upper graph, that is total revenue, then total revenue is maximized at this point. Afterwards, total revenue starts falling. So when marginal revenue is equal to 0, price elasticity of demand is equal to 1, and before that elasticity is greater than 1, and after that elasticity is less than 1. So what happens if output increases? This is output. If we keep increasing output, what happens? Total revenue initially increases, it reaches maximum point, and afterwards it starts falling. And to verify this concept, we can move back to our concept of sales revenue maximization. This is the graph, and you can again relate this scenario to this graph. And in this graph you can clearly see that when marginal revenue is 0, elasticity of demand is equal to 1. If we keep increasing quantity, then initially total revenue increases, it reaches maximum point, afterwards it starts falling. So C answer was saying that it initially increases and then eventually it falls. So this is the entire topic which we have discussed, and this is really important topic for long questions, MCQs, and data response question. So you should revise this topic in detail. You should make each and every graph, make your concept 100% clear, and At the same time, you must use topical paper 1 to see all questions, what kind of questions examiner has been asking, and what are the right answers for those. And you should keep relating your answers with this topic. ठीक है, और इनके ये जो graphs हैं, you have to make graph these graphs very clearly. और so this is it. अगर कोई आपको इसमें बात समझ ना आई हो तो you can ask question.